the main song, and should the by pressing the red key.
Yes, this was on.
All right, good. We got a couple of mics. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. We have two representatives of the Ancient Order of Hibernians in America who are going to tell you all about what that organization is about. Mr. Jerry O'Keefe and Mr. Danny Murphy, both good corpsmen as well, I might add.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ed Casey Award. I want to introduce Jerry O'Keefe, who is the past National Director of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, who is currently the President of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, Orange County Division, to commence. Take it away, Jerry.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Somebody might ask, what is the AOH, the Ancient Order of Hibernians? We're a group that started just before the Irish famine. Without talking any more about that, we did it to protect all of the people that were coming from Ireland, and about 1 million came. And so we were set up. We're the oldest Irish organization in the world. We formed in 1836 on May 4th in New York City. We got anybody from New York here? Hey, all right. Okay. Anyway, we established the Ed Casey Award. We thought this was way overdue. Edward Casey was the guy that brought the Hibernians to Orange County in '62. And a very enthusiastic guy, a great guy from the old country, and I had the pleasure of meeting him and knowing him, and
being interrogated by him.
And being interrogated by him. That's absolutely true. I was in his garage with a young fellow by the name of Dan Murphy, who was the vice president. I was the president of the division, and he wanted to make sure that we were worthy of being Hibernians, first of all, and I guess we made the cut. But yeah, what a fantastic man, and we were grateful for what he did, and it was our way of saying thank you to wherever it was is, and I'm sure it's up there. And oddly enough, he has a relative here too, Terry Casey. Let's hear it for Terry Casey. We have another dignitary too here, Tommy Kelleher of the Los Angeles Police Emerald Society, their president. And we also have our state president for the Ancient Order of Hibernians. He must be hiding back there. Where are you, Danny? Anyway, trust us. We have a state president here too. Anyway, I'm going to. Did you want me to say anything else, Terry?
Shortest I've ever heard you say.
I know. My son talked to me. Anyway, it's with great pleasure that I introduce Daniel Murphy. Dan is, I always say there's only one Dan Murphy. He was born 20 miles from where I was born in County Cork, and a better man you won't ever find. Dan Murphy, give it a big hand. The past president for Orange County of the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Danny boy?
Thank you so much, Jerry. What a great pleasure. I want to bring Terry back into the picture again to talk about the awardee of the Ed Casey Award this year. It's going to Ron Schwartz, and he has been such a great impetus to all us Irish Americans here in Southern California to have such a wonderful, wonderful restaurant that goes out to all of us, makes us all feel at home. And Terry, would you bring us up to date on Ron?
Thanks. I'm more comfortable with the stand, so I'm going to leave this with you. And every year, there's a bit of a piece that was written a number of years ago at the inaugural award. Hard to believe 12 years we've been doing this. A piece about my father, Ed Casey, that my sister penned. And this year I was going to update a little bit, and I thought, no, I think instead I'll just speak extemporaneously about my dad, and I'll also do it without notes. Thank you, you got it, I appreciate that. But briefly before I speak of our most worthy honoree, who I'm glad you're here. I didn't see you all afternoon, and I thought, what if we threw a party and Ron didn't come? But you're here, so that's good. Out of the wings at the perfect time, as Ron normally does. But in a shorter version, there's a few of you here that have gone to Ireland with the Fenians, right?
those in particular that went on this last trip, it was a very special trip to me. The timing for my family after the events of last October and in November, and rolling up on a little place that I had the privilege of showing you guys where my father was raised and seeing it for sale. And I'd like to let you all know that as of August 15th, it's now back in the family. So it's very touching that all these events are coming to this fruition today. My dad was raised in County Roscommon, Ballaghaderreen, Ireland. He was raised by not his own parents. He didn't meet his own parents until he was 16 years old. He was raised by his grandparents. The country at that time was in the midst of a rebellion and soon to be in the midst of a harsh civil war. Times were tough. And you saw what we call the modern house, those of you that were there. He was raised in a stone house that was 200 years old, built in the 1800s. And how you get from there to Orange County, I don't know. Thank God he did, because I wouldn't have been able to do it. I know very few people that could, and he gave us a great life as us kids here. He served in the Irish Army proudly during World War II. He was a proud member of the Carpenters Union and a champion for the working man. He was very active in the Catholic Church and the Ancient Order of Hibernians. He was a pleasure and a privilege to be raised by such a man. The only thing I could have asked for out of my father, and I'm sure my siblings would agree who are not able to be here today, is just more time with him, more time. So cherish those you love, as we're cherishing somebody we love today. And in honor of my dad, it's my privilege to tell you a little bit about Ron here. And I was just going to kind of take the highlights of this and share them with you. But unfortunately, or fortunately for us, they're all highlights, and the whole page is full of it. So this is so well written, I'm going to read it to you now. This is our host today, and our host for many, many years here that the Fenians have been playing at Muldoon. Ron Schwartz and his family have operated Muldoon's Irish Pub for 42 years. It's an amazing accomplishment for a man to buy a pub when he was only 13 years old. Amazing. Muldoon's is led by an outstanding management team. We have Mary Murphy from County Cork here, the general manager. We can't let the Jack Keens out, so we have Paul Murphy from Dublin City as a manager. Josh Muldoon of the UK is here as well. And Ron's wife, who's always proudly by his side, Cindy Ray, is the executive chef. Their daughter Marissa is the creative director here. And Ron was recently elected the president of the Newport Beach Restaurant Association with the help of that fantastic team behind it. Wonderful. Muldoon's has won numerous awards. Best Irish Pub in Orange County, one of the top 6 pubs in the United States. Mary was named the General Manager of the Year in the Southern California Restaurant Writers Association. Where's Solomon Hernandez here? He was the top service person for all restaurants and hotels in Newport. He's been here 30 years. Truly a family here. In 2014, Ron and Cindy were honored by the LA City Council as Irish Honorees of the Years for their 40 years of contributions to the Irish culture and community. Another great honor, almost as great as the one today. As you may know, Ron has 2 careers. He's a personal injury attorney since 1972. He's been honored twice as the Orange County Trial Lawyer of the Year. He holds the coveted Joseph D. McNeil Civility Award by the American Board of Trial Advocates for his exemplary integrity, civility, and professionalism. Something in this year's election cycle I think we should all be proud of right there. Civility and integrity, indeed. Ron's a founding member of the Celtic Bar Association, which I think was founded inside the Celtic Bar, right here. So 2 Celtic bars are better than 1, certainly. But several hundred lawyers and judges who meet every month right here in Muldoon. So if you hear the sound of ambulances going by, they're on the way here. I'm kidding. I had to make one, didn't I? We'll tell musician jokes later, just so we keep it balanced, fair and balanced here. So, this is my favorite paragraph on my dad. Ron loves Terry Casey and the Fenians. I didn't make this up. I didn't write that. So, Muldoon's has welcomed this band to this courtyard for 30 years. It's hard to believe it's been that long. It started in that corner where you are underneath the TV with me and one other guy, Murph. He was here last week with his new band, Killian's Bridge. That was a long time ago. We were totally unknown. We played for people who just were waiting for their movie to start. On a Friday night, pretty much was it. And we thank you for being there at the beginning and allowing us to build what we were able to do.
Ron is the father of beautiful daughters, who I mentioned, Marissa and Shayna. He's been blessed with 4 terrific grandchildren, and I believe and counting. Jack, Ella, Liam, and Helena. And you also have a fantastic son-in-law, Dr. William Kurt Armstrong, who I believe is here today. Thanks, Doc. Ron has always told me he's most proud to be accepted by the Irish community here and in Ireland. At Muldoon's 25th anniversary, Irish Consul General was here, and he wrote, if Ireland had an official designation for Friends of Ireland, Ron would be the first to receive such recognition. And that is so true. And as a proud lifetime member of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, it is just an honor for us to be able to add this award to your litany here of awards. So, Ron, come on up, and I believe, Dan, you're ready to make the official presentation.
Thank you, Terry. Ron? The Ancient Order of Hibernians, Orange County Division, proudly presents Ronald B. Schwartz as the recipient of the 12th Annual Edward Casey Award for his outstanding service to the Irish of Southern California, allowing his wonderful restaurant, Muldoon's, to be a vocal point of Irish events and charity causes. It is a blessing to be Irish and an honor to be Hibernian, August 21st, 1916. Thank you, man. God bless you.
I don't know what to say, but thank you so much. By the way, my little granddaughter Helena, her middle name is Air. You know, Terry kind of summed it up. I've been blessed in my life. I was born in Boyle Heights in the barrio of East Los Angeles. And all the great blessings that have come to me have something to do with Ireland or the Irish people. Cindy and I were married 30 years ago under the dartboards in the Dublin pub. My daughter, Marissa, reunited with Kurt Armstrong on the streets of Dublin after having not seen each other since high school for 12 years. He was going to medical school by choice at Trinity Medical School in Ireland, in Dublin City. And now I've got 2 grandchildren from them. He is the chairman of the Family Practice and Pediatric Department at Hoag Hospital in private practice. So this is what I mean about my blessings with Ireland. I just would say this, and I know Cindy knows this, to be accepted as an O. Schwartz in the Irish community is just something that I can never express to you what it means to us. It's just, and you're talking about organizations like the Hibernians. There's nothing like them, and that is the real Irish people of Ireland, of the community, and of America. And Tom Keller here, I'm a lifetime member of the Animal Society. So I just thank you very much, and thank all of you for supporting Muldoon's all these years. That's the reason we keep going, because all of you. And it's just been a great honor and privilege, and we'll keep going as far as we can, as long as we can. So I do want to do one thing here real